Hey guys, welcome back to my channel if you're new here. Hi, welcome. So this is just going to be my wife's point of view of how we met and how we fell in love, and yeah, really sorry about all the Christmas presents, kind of trying to keep them hidden from the kids, but yeah, so I hope you guys enjoy it. It's about an 18-minute video, but she does go into detail on things that I didn't go into detail about, so I really hope you guys enjoy it. Go ahead and like this video, subscribe, and hit the notification bell to see when I, put up new videos. Yeah, you guys enjoy this, and I hope you have a good rest of the day.
Hey everyone, I am Naz. So I am here talking to you guys today because my wife contacted me this morning when I woke up, and she wanted me to do a video on my side and how I got to know her and how we ended up together. So back in 2015, some of my friends introduced me to this app called Tinder. I had no idea how to use it. So once they showed me, I got on there, and everyone gets on there and checks out the girls and the boys, whatever it is. And I see her pop up, and I'm like, you know what? Let me swipe right. She's cute, And I think it's a few days later, I get a notification saying that I've matched with someone, right? So I go and I check. Now, when I go and I check, I make sure that she can see that I didn't see it, right? And I didn't know what to do. I was just like confused, nervous, just a bunch of emotions all together. So I left it alone for a little while, right? I didn't write her or anything. And then one day I decided to message her, and I message her, and she gives me her Snapchat. All right, so I add her on Snapchat, and from there we stopped talking. We just, I guess nothing came of it, but I would watch her Snapchats for sure and keep up with her through there, and of course I would check my Snapchats and see if she was checking mine, which she was, by the way. Then about a year later, well, not even, let me backtrack. So throughout this time that I have not spoken to her, I keep up with her Snapchats, and she posted a Snapchat about one of her best friends loving bacon, all right? So I messaged her, and I'm like, shit, I fucking love bacon, And we spoke for a little bit. It was a very short conversation, and we moved on with our lives. Then Mother's Day, she posted something, and it broke my heart because I didn't want her to feel unloved, unwanted. I don't want any mother to feel that way. So I messaged her and I said, hey, let me get you a present, because she got herself a present. That's what it was. She got herself a present. I was like, that's pretty depressing. So I want to go ahead and buy her a present. And she said, no, thank you. And I was just like, I didn't tell her, but in my head I was like, all right, rude. I was trying to be nice. I'm trying to get to know you, but whatever, move on, right? So then around July, John and I, who's my best friend, like my brother, were in Walmart. And I posted a picture of him and his muscles, saying, hey, ladies, he's single, come get him, whatever. Right? And she compliments that picture and his muscles, that he looks good. So I message her, right? And I'm like, all right, hold on. This is not about John. It's about me and you, right? So I show her that I get jealous and all that good stuff. And then I try my little flirting stuff and all these things I do. And I tell her that she's cute, and I find her attractive. And she messages me back that she finds me attractive as well. So then from there it's like, hey, here's my phone number. Go ahead and text me so we could get this shit rolling, and stop playing games. And she messages me through the phone, right? And then she's like, how do you want me to add you on the phone, your name in my phone? And I'm like, babe, just to joke around with her. I was like, you could call me babe. And I was like, no, I'm just joking. Don't call me babe. Everyone calls me Naz, because she only knew me by Celesky because that was my name on the Tinder. So I was like, just put me on there as Naz. And from there, we just started talking. Like, it was nonstop, every day, all day talking. I could be at work at like 2, 3 o'clock in the morning because at the time I was an instructor at airsoft school. And she was up. She was up messaging me, checking up on me, and all that good stuff. And it felt great, it felt amazing, like someone actually was giving me attention, I'm used to giving everyone attention. So it was pretty nice. Then one day I asked her if she's ever been ziplining, and she said no. So I was like, awesome, we're going on a date on this day at this time. Do you want to go? And she said yes. And I'm glad she said yes because I already had bought the tickets for us, hoping that she would say yes, right? So the day comes, I'm nervous as shit, but I'm excited as well. I drive up to her house. Crazy thing is, she lived like right down the road from me. So who knew that, this would happen. So I get there, I text her, I'm like, hey, I'm outside. And she's like, I'm coming out. She comes out the door, and I just see this tiny little woman in her little tights and like her gym clothes, looking all comfortable, and like my heart just starts racing pretty fast. My hands start sweating. I'm like, oh shit, how the fuck am I gonna drive this car? I drive a stick at the time, whatever. Calm down, Naz, calm down. I'm talking to myself. She gets into the car, I'm pretty sure I'm like, my ears are red, I'm blushing, and I say hi, she says hi, and I'm like, let's roll, and I start driving. And it was like an awkward 30 seconds of silence. So I was just like, me being me, always joking around. I was like, I forgot exactly what it was, but it was just like, you don't talk much, do you? And then she just laughed at it. And then from there, we just, started talking all the way down to Nashville to go to the zip line. Like nonstop talking. It was a bunch of conversations and nice conversations. So we get to the zipline place, we check in, we do whatever. It's a nice time, we're still talking. And we get on this zipline tour. And, we had an awesome, great time. Towards the middle of it, we started getting more touchy. Like, she was the one that had to initiate it because I didn't want to feel like I was, like, jumping into it too fast. So she would, like, start hugging me. So I would hug her back and all that stuff, And towards the end of that tour, there was this zip line where the guy told us that a lot of couples hold hands or, they compete or do whatever. So we decided to hold hands. We held hands, went down to the other side and completed the tour. But before we left the tour, we had this cute old couple. They were celebrating her husband's 80th birthday, if I'm not mistaken, or something like that. And they're like, you guys are a very cute couple. And she looks at me, I look at her, she looks at them, and she says, thank you. Both of us knowing that we're not a couple, But, we wanted to be nice, and we said thank you. We walked away and just giggled about it, Took her back home. And when we got back to her house, I get out the car to let her out the car, I'm doing some nice stuff, whatever. And I give her a hug and I tell her, text me, whatever. And she kisses me, right? She kisses me. It took me, I was like, whoa, this is really fucking happening, She's kissing me. I responded, of course, because she's so cute. And so that's where we left off. She gave me a kiss. I gave her a kiss. She went in. I went home. Again, nonstop texting. Eventually, I fucked up, and I told her that I didn't want to be with her anymore or try anything with her because I just didn't want to. I didn't give her a reason. It was like I disappeared on her, went fucking ghost on her. And she messages me and, she tells me her piece. And it hit me pretty hard, you know. It broke my heart because I didn't want to hurt her. I've been through that, you know. Everyone that knows me knows what I've been through. And so I let it be. I took it. I stayed quiet. A few days later after that, she posted on Facebook that she was in a relationship with some dude, and I was at work, and I fucking lost my mind. Like, forget work. I don't care what's going on at work. I need to figure out what the hell was happening, right? So here I am trying to figure out what's happening. I curse her out, text her, all that good stuff. And she's like, I'm not with him. It's just something. His ex-boyfriend, blah, 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 blah. And I'm over here like, he's gay? What? Like, you know, like, don't play with me, blah, 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 you know. Yada, yada, yada. And so that afternoon, I asked her if I could come over to her house and talk to her personally, you know. I guess it was time for me to grow up and, like, actually do it in person and stop texting, you know. And I show up and I tell her how I feel. And like I mentioned earlier, everyone that knows me knows what I've been through. And, you know, I was in a very long, you know, relationship, and we had 2 kids involved. And those 2 kids I adopted, and they were my kids. I raised them, you know. And one day she got up, packed up, and left me and took my kids, you know. She took my kids. And that was my biggest fear, that if I fell for Kayla, which I had and I knew I did, you know, I was going to lose her 2 kids. Because let me tell you, when I met those 2 kids, oh my God, they are so amazing. They're so smart, so caring, so loving. And of course, me and Braden hit it off quickly. He loved my car. We got in the car, gave him a ride. Silly is like the little quiet one. She still doesn't know who I am, so she's very cautious and distant, but still talks to me, and like she'll do her little cute voice, and you fall for that too, you know. And I knew from that moment that when I met him, like, man, I want this. I need this, you know. And that was my biggest fear, that if we didn't work, you know, that she would take the kids away from me. And, you know, we sat there. She explained that even if we ever did not work, you know, the kids will always be in my life. And I was like, all right, well, let's try this out. Let's continue this. And she was like, okay, you know. And so whatever, you know, we talk, check on each other. I come stay with her, you know. I guess we hit it off from that day on. And then sometime August 17, she's gonna kill me for saying the wrong day. I'm pretty sure it's not the wrong date. But I came to her house with edible arrangements, and in the card it had something, right? And in the card it said, hey babe, will you be my girlfriend, you know? And the thing is that when I brought her the edibles, the kids rampaged the edibles. Like, they ate everything out of it. She didn't taste nothing. And I'm over here, like, freaking out. She's like, is she going to read the envelope? She's going to read the envelope. I don't care about the fruits. Let the kids have the fruits. And I'm like, are you going to open the envelope? You know, and she finally, like, opens the envelope. And, it, you know, she read it. And she said yes. And ever since that day, like, I stayed with her every single day. I probably stayed at my own house 2 out of all those days that I was with her. She was living separately from me because of work. You know, I had to get up pretty early, and I didn't want to bother her with that. So yeah, I mean, that happened, and then we just started having fun, and I met her family. They're crazy, but I love them. I love them because they accept me, they accept us, they accept our family. We went to Puerto Rico after the hurricane came through to go find my grandmother and my dad. And one day we're sitting in the hotel room, and I was given an option at work about, you know, whether I was going to go to next. And I was like, you know, hey, if this happens and I move there, will you come with me? You know, and she's like, yeah, absolutely. I will pack my stuff up and go wherever you want to go, you know. And I'm like, it's not as easy as if we were married, you know. And she was like, she just looks at me all weird. And I'm like, yeah, it would be easier if we were married. So would you marry me? Just like that. It's very like nothing, you know, nothing huge. And she said yes. I was like, holy crap, she said yes. Like, we spoke about never, ever, ever getting married. Like, we would do our own thing, we would be together, but we would never get married. Marriage came out of my mouth. She said yes. You know, and that's where it all went like crazy. The first person to find out, of course, was her sister-in-law, her best friend, her sister, what she calls a sister. And we kept it quiet for a little while because I wanted to talk to her parents. I wanted to let them know, you know, by myself and ask them. Of course, I was a little afraid of her dad and what he would think or say. And I was even more scared about what her mom would think, you know. But I spoke to them. I asked for her hand. They were fine with it. Her mom was happy, you know. Her dad was a little hesitant at first, but he accepted it, you know. And it's just, you know, it's just we don't talk about. It's just dad being dad, and yeah, they both said yes. So after they said yes, I spoke to her sister-in-law, and I told her, help me out, help me pick out a ring, help me out how to propose to her. So here we are in this little secret squirrel mission, sending each other text messages, and you know, she's sending me pictures of things and trying to find out ideas from Kayla without making it known that, you know, we're trying to do something. And she was like, you know what, the best option is to do it during my baby shower, because that's when the whole family's gonna be there. And I was like, shit, are you sure? Because that's your day, you know, that I don't want to step on that. And she's like, no, I'm sure, you know. So here comes that day, the baby shower. I'm nervous as hell. The ring is in my pocket, you know. My wife is in this dress, and the proposal is gonna be outside, right? And so one of her other friends is like, hey, you know, that's too revealing. It's too cold outside. Wear some pants, wear something. You know, we're just trying to get her to wear something warm because we had to take her outside. She was not budging, so she stayed in that dress. The time came. I stayed outside, waited for her to come through the door. She comes out, and, you know, I step forward, and I get on one knee and ask her if she would marry me, and she said yes. And, man, I was cheesing. I was so freaking happy. I was definitely one of the best days of my life, aside from, you know, the day we actually got married. But, yeah, she said yes. We moved in. Like a couple of weeks after that, she moved in with me, and here we are today. You know, we got married. Yeah, and now I am in Korea all alone, missing my wife and my kids, but doing something great for our family, you know. So yeah, that's my story, and I just want to say, Kayla, I love you with all my heart. Brayden and Celia, I miss you guys, and I hope to see you guys very, very soon. Love you all.